with the Premier League getting closer, I've decided to do my Premier League predictions. And you're probably looking at my screen thinking, has Stevie Wonder chose the colour palette? And there is some logic behind it. The Premier League logo is purple, so that's why the champions are purple. As at the same time, the Champions League is blue, so I've gone for blue. The Europa League is orange, so I've gone for orange. Obviously, the Conference League's green, but it's in with the Europa League. The mid-tables, they're just irrelevant. 8th is almost the same as 15th. It don't really make a difference apart from a few more quids. And relegation, you want to try and stay above the red relegation line is my logic there. Without further ado, I'm not going to go alphabetical order, because alphabetical order is useless. What's the point in it? Like, schools try and get you to line up in alphabetical order. The fire's not going to stop if Kyle Charlton is stood next to Joseph Kundabar, is it? They can stand wherever they want. It's not going to change the fire. And a team that's going to go down without no fire, not make a big explosion, straight back down to the Championship. 20th place, Sunderland. We'll have a couple time-wear derbies. We'll even get one in one of the cup competitions. They'll bow out, being a bit happy. We made it. Come on. They'll go back down, and then they'll probably get back up. 19th, though. We're going to go with a bit of a change. I'm going to go Wolves. I don't know why, but I just think with them losing Aït-Nouri, Cunha, they might be losing Strand Larsen. They're just losing a lot of players. Sarabia, one of their other good players. I just don't know what to say for Wolves. I reckon Vitor Pereira will leave mid-season once they're mid-table to go to a higher rated club. And then they'll just slowly climb down because they couldn't find the right manager. And 18th, I'm going to give to Burnley. James Trafford looks like he's on the exit. And I just don't think they'll be able to replace him. Their defence was solid last year. Esteve, CJ Egan-Riley. Obviously, they had Connor Roberts at left back. He did play left back a couple of games. But they have a lot of talented right backs like Oliver Son, Shuandi Sambo, Connor Roberts, Kyle Walker. They've got too many though. And their signings just won't be enough. And 17th, I have Everton. I don't know why, but in the new stadium, everybody's thinking maybe they're going to finish higher mid-table. I think they're going to be in a relegation scrap. I think David Moyes is not going to be able to work his magic anymore. And it's just the sad reality of football. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And 16th is going to be Leeds. Because Leeds just belong to be in the Premier League. And they don't have to play good to survive. They showed that when they beat 2-1. They won 2-1 against Brentford to stay up. They'd been dreadful that season at times, but they still stayed up. You just don't have to play really, really good every week to survive. And that's going to be the case for Leeds and Everton. And I think Burnley might play really good, but I think the defence is going to get exposed with Kyle Walker. His legs are turning into breadsticks. He's starting to become a walker and all. He's not as fast as he used to be. And if that's 17th Everton and 16th Leeds, the only logical way to say who's 15th is by saying I genuinely don't have a clue. I genuinely can't pick. They're all very good teams. I'm going to go 15th being Fulham. And it's a really hard one to call here. But I just think Fulham, they're staying up again. And it will be a close one between 15th and, I say, 11th. But if 15th is Fulham, I'm going to throw 14th Brentford. New manager, Keith Andrews, he knows the player. But Brentford are also losing their players. I don't think they'll be pushing for Europe this year, but I think in a couple of years' time, after they've rebuilt and found new targets and new talisman and a new centre-back, Brentford could be up there. And I think 13th place, I'm going to give it to not Brighton. I'll give it to West Ham. I think West Ham are going to be on the climb. Their manager, Graham Potter, I think he's going to have some time to work with the squad that he's got. Obviously, they've signed Todibo permanently, but they do need more signings if they want to progress higher. At the same time, it could be West Ham finishing 15th, and I probably am going to do that, actually. It looks better. West Ham 15th, Fulham 14th, Brentford 13th, 12th. You know what? I'm going to give 12th to Bournemouth. They're not going to get Europe, but they're not going to be near the relegation zone. And like I said, 15th to, let's say, 11th, 10th or 9th, it's going to be a close one. I think 11th, I think I'm going to give it to Crystal Palace. But I think they will do well in the Conference League, and I think they might even win the Conference League. And that's when they get to go into the Europa League. But 10th place, we've got these 10 teams. 10th place I'm going to give to Brighton. And 9th place I'm going to give to Newcastle. And 8th place I'm going to give to Nottingham Forest. I think 8th place could be enough to maybe get Europe. But at the same time, it might not. But all I know is Tottenham, Man United. It could be Forest that gets Conference League this year. But currently, I'm torn between Forest and Man United for 7th place. And I told you I won't be biased in these videos, and I'm not. But all I know is Tottenham, I've got in the top 5. I've also got Arsenal, Aston Villa, Liverpool, and Manchester City in my top 5. I think the winner of the Premier League, it's not going to be it's going to be tight between Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal and Aston Villa. I think Tottenham's going to finish 5th, but I've chose Chelsea to be 6th. But at the same time, it could be them in there, and that's just tough to choose. In fact, I'll knock Tottenham down to 6th. I think 5th. I'll go Aston Villa 5th, actually. Morgan Rogers and Ollie Watkins and all of the other players they've got, Ezri Konsa, they're all going to do well. They'll go 5th. They'll get back in the Champions League. 4th, I'm going to give it to Arsenal. But I think Arsenal and Chelsea, they're going to battle for 4th and 3rd the whole season. And Arsenal will not finish 2nd for once. Man City will finish 2nd. And Liverpool will go back to back. And that is slot ball. And that is me slotting this into YouTube for you lot to enjoy. And if you want to see more videos like this, or maybe even ranking and roasting kits, drop a like and subscribe and leave a comment. Why not? But for now, ciao.